Happy New Year. Well, almost Happy New Year. Hope you all have had a good Christmas, a good break. If you've had a break, if you haven't had a break, I'm sorry. I've just been away in Wales for a few days. I'm back now. I'm just about to. I'm just using some of my Christmas presents. I got an IPA glass for Christmas. I'm trying out my Kolsch. Might give you a review of that soon. I don't think I showed you making it. Me making it, but I'll just check and see if I have showed you me making it, and if I have, I will give you a review of it. But more news on that soon. Got a glass, and also I've got a BML from Rusty Homebrew. It's hapless fruit clone. I think it's fuck it, but it's bottled on a 12th for 11th. I think it's been sat in his keg for a while. It's in a plastic bottle, but with a crown cap on it. It's about 5%. Let's crack it open and see what it does. That's good. Really nice beer, nice and clear. Very little sediment, hardly anything hanging around there. Good head, good fizz. That's quite good. Let's get into a glass. Let's try to be a bit. Carbonation seems good. I don't know what style this is, but getting a really nice colour there. I've got some nice new glassware, so it's all looking good, and we're trying not to take too much of the sediment. So you can see carbonation is very good. Nice clear beer. There's a slightly off there, but I think that's more to do with the colour of the malt more over than any sediment or anything floating around there. The head is nice and foamy. Is that good description? Pillowy, perhaps. It's uneven. It's a mixture of big and small and very fine. Bubbles in the foam. That's looking really good. Let's go for a smell, a taste. I've had a bit of a cold, so that's very subtle. I'm getting some of the malts, but not much. Come back to the head. The head's very white. I should really mention the colour, I suppose. And yeah, the carbonation is really good. I think maybe, I don't know what the style is. Maybe it's maybe a little bit more overcarbonated perhaps than it should be. Maybe it's not. I think, but yeah, as you can see, that's a beautiful beer. The head is actually dissipating a little bit now. Let's see how it goes. That tastes a bit like a wheat beer. Very clean. Very little bitterness. I mean, the bitterness is there, but it's just enough to tell you that there are hops in there, but nothing else. Can't taste any flavours, sorry. So I'm getting a few taste of banana in there. The bitterness is coming through a bit more now. So body is quite light. It's nothing. No off flavours. there's a little bit of I don't know. I think if you ever drink wheat beer, there's a kind of limey flavour, lemony flavour, which is actually persisting when you're drinking the beer. Carbonation is actually it's making it a bit more difficult to drink now. So yeah, so a bit of a roundup of the year. I think this year I sold my Baumeister. Sold my Grainfather. Bought my Baumeister. I think from April time. I've been getting used to it. Go to a few of my homebrew groups, and they said it's made a difference in my beer, which is, and I won a couple of bronzes in the national homebrew. That's quite nice. I'm going to put a American Pale Ale, which I might have talked about before now, into another competition in Bristol soon. I've experimented a bit more beers this year. I haven't gone majorly over the top in experimentation. I just like try. I mean, I tried the Kolsch. I've got the Kolsch Share, which I haven't tried before. I've actually ventured very tentatively into using liquid yeast. I've actually used 2 liquid yeasts this year. I used the WLP 099 for a barley wine. That really attenuated my barley wine down to more or less wine, and it's very, very dry and has little body at the moment. I've just chucked it in a keg and left it outside. I've used the Kolsch yeast for that Kolsch I've made. And also, I think I've also tried to revisit a few of the other beers which I've made in the past. I think recently I've made a bitter. Some of that's gone out to Sweden. I think it tastes really nice. I think there is a slight flaw that I haven't actually fermented out very well. What else have I done? I think I made a Hefeweizen this year. That came out really nicely. What else I think about doing? I made my really good stout this year. That's been sent out as beer mail to people. I'm having really good feedback from that, so I'm really happy about that. Obviously, that was the non-intentional stout I made, which seemed to come out as a but really good. What else? Ooh. I don't think I've really updated my kit much. I think I did actually start off with I think I started the year off with a pull tap, and I think I've just regressed back to using just party taps. I think that's the way forward. I suppose if I was to build a bar or something like that, I would actually perhaps progress to that and do that. What else has been used? Updated my scales. I haven't really played with those too much, but I will come back to those soon, and hopefully start using them a bit more in the new year. I'm going to I've still got the rest of the week off, so I'm hopefully going to do some beers. I'm going to have a brew day this week. I think I've got a bit spare capacity in my fridge to do that. I don't know what I'm going to make yet. I may actually make my bitter I made before Christmas again, and make it and ferment it properly this time, because I think I enjoyed it, and it actually obviously my last homebrew update it went. Had more subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing. hopefully, perhaps leave some comments down there below what you want to see this year. I obviously don't try to make beers for people, but fine, that makes sense. No, I obviously make beer for myself, but if you want me to make a beer and I think it's the kind of beer I want to make, I will quite happily oblige. I think I try to gauge what the people who actually watch my channel who they are like now, and I think no, come back to that. I think I've asked people why they watch my channel, and they say I seem to go into a lot of detail in what I make and what I'm thinking about when I'm making things, and I think that's the case really. I mean, we don't. I felt as if when I had a few brew days more recently, the last 6 months, is that I'm just repeating myself, and I think I need to take my brew days take them forward a bit more, and actually just get more detail out there. I got to think about what I'm doing, and whether or not there's lots of there might be. I think there are quite a few details in there of what I'm doing that I'm skipping, and I'm not showing you as a viewer, and I want to be able to do that. That's it really. Okay, anyway, coming back to Rusty's beer, I'll try to obviously mix it up a little bit, but Rusty, thank you very much for sending me this beer. This is a very clear, well attenuated beer. I don't know whether it's just come out of the, I'm assuming it's got a little bit of yeast in there, so I'm thinking it's most likely been a wheat beer which has been sat around for a while, but I think it might be hapless as Sprocket clone, but don't quote me on that. It's yeah, it's a quite nice, refreshing beer. I think there's something there on the flavour, I think, which is the yeast. Yeah, there's something there in the flavour. Anyway, I may even do. I think I might do more beer reviews, but in the next few days or two, you may see them come up. But anyway, cheers to you all, and a happy new year.